Well, since you're based on Reader itself, read the Jet JP games. And I played like that, like when Naruto first came out for the GameCube overseas. I actually had a copy of that in Japanese.
Heck, I even have the Inuyasha games for PS2 downstairs. Yes, Inuyasha also had PS2 games. And one of them was an RPG.
Wait, you done pasta?
Almost.
Watching credits.
I'm waiting for the credits to finish, because you never know if there's something after the credits.
Yeah, because they're going so slow.
Ah, there was something else.
I have been conducting an inside probe into the recent string of incidents which started with the devastation of the old town of Heesgard. I assumed the role of secretary to Professor Wilhelm Eselstein, who was considered a key participant in these events. The following is my report. A key factor in this incident was a material known as the Philosopher's Catalyst. Professor Eselstein, a leading authority on catalytics,
Hey, look,
had been conducting
it's a
research
recap
on this
of the entire
substance.
game.
If completed, this material would supposedly have had alchemy-amplifying characteristics, similar to the mythical Philosopher's Stone. We found out that Professor Eselstein and his assistant Greta Riddell had been calling on hordes of alchemists to come to the town of Heesgard. We suspect that their plan was to use these alchemists in the completion of the Philosopher's Catalyst. We also discovered that the chimeras infesting Heesgard were originally created in New Heesgard Castle's underground laboratory. This also seemed to tie into Eselstein's plan. As director of the region, Brigadier Moody Nemda was well aware of the activities perpetrated by the professor and Riddell. Nemda opted not to enforce the law and neglected his reporting duties to Central. In fact, Nemda had struck a deal for the secret development of combat chimeras in exchange for acquiescence of the professor and Riddell's illegal activities. However, the central figure in the chimera development was not the professor himself, but Riddell. Riddell was the one who initially contacted the professor regarding the creation of combat chimeras. She was also responsible for arranging the relationship between the professor and Nemda. We highly suspect that Riddell took the leading role in Heesgard's destruction and unleashed the chimeras in the Old City. The mayhem, a direct result of Riddell's desire to obtain the Philosopher's Catalyst, came to an end when Professor Eselstein sacrificed his life to keep the catalyst from going out of control, leading to the disappearance of the New Heesgard Alchemy Works. Therefore, we have every reason to believe that Greta Riddell was the real mastermind behind this incident, and that both Professor Eselstein and Brigadier Nemda were merely pawns. Disciplinary actions against the persons involved are as follows. Colonel Gens Breslau, currently undergoing rehabilitation in the military hospital. Although Breslau's involvement in the incident remains a question mark, there is no doubt of a link to both Riddell and Nemda. He will most likely be questioned before being sent to trial in front of the military court.
Not to mention we had to fight him about 3
Incidentally,
times.
the ex-military policeman who conducted the recent train hijack has regained consciousness and testified that Gens Breslau's job was to bring alchemists to Heesgard. We are currently investigating the authenticity of his testimony. Brigadier Moody Nemda, now serving time in military prison. Considering his position as a high-ranking military officer, Nemda's blatant misuse of military arms and troops is a serious crime. In addition, evidence indicates that he was plotting an insurgence against Central. Nemda has already been sentenced to 145 years in prison, but if further accusations are pursued, an additional 200 years may be added to his sentence.
Holy shit.
Greta Riddell, missing. Although regarded as the mastermind behind the incident, Riddell's identity and background remain a complete mystery. However, investigation regarding her alias of Camilla has turned up some interesting facts in Central's archives. This is not the first incident where certain activities were perpetrated by an individual named Camilla.
Wow.
In past reports, there are multiple instances of this individual, sometimes as a suspect, other times as a collaborator to the military. However, The oldest of these reports dates back to over 60 years ago. Although the records have many similarities, it would be unrealistic to regard these instances as pertaining to the same individual. Regretfully, Riddell has not been detained. Based on witness accounts, the possibility of her survival is extremely low, but to date, a body has yet to be found. Professor Wilhelm Azelstein, missing. Azelstein vanished along with the alchemy works. His survival is highly improbable. The fact that he was partaking in illegal activities amidst this chain of events is true. However, he also sacrificed himself to save countless lives from the out-of-control catalyst. It is unclear what he was after, or what he was trying to protect by obtaining the Philosopher's Catalyst. Whatever it was, we can say that Wilhelm was a man of contradictions. By Lieutenant Hawkeye. Postscript. Due to the derailment of his train, a state alchemist was present in Heathgard during the incident. No evidence of his direct involvement has been found.
Let's go. Get a move on, Al.
Ed, slow down. There's no need to hurry.
Indeed, the library isn't going anywhere.
Wait a minute. The library?
Ah, you're a bunch of slowpokes.
He's acting like a child.
Wait, the Central Library?
Beg your pardon, he is a child.
It's okay. Ed, look out! Ed, can you go anywhere without plowing into people?
Are you okay?
Yes, oh.
So sorry.
That's okay. I'm all right.
Here you go. I'm really sorry.
Hey, she
Oh,
looks
thank
just
you.
like Harmony.
Are you going to be okay?
Me? Never been better. Let's get going, Al.
It makes you wonder.
Wait, Ed! Bye. Is something the matter, Ed?
No, nothing. Central, here we come!
I remember this part of the actual story. Well, considering everyone has two of themselves, and the Omni we knew wasn't really the real person. It was Celine who was turned into Harmony.
Right.
So it wasn't even the right person that we knew this whole time. So the possibility of her being another her being there is to be honest. Because it wasn't really her, it was someone that looked like her. But yeah, that's the game. All the way through. I had a feeling there was going to be something else. I thought there was going to be something.
There's always
And-
something out there.
You know what the thing about that they showed?
What?
Do you remember at all?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what happened when they got back there?
I think.
Do you remember at all?
I don't remember it at all.
Here's a
I
hint.
used to watch it. faithfully.
Okay, here's a hint. At the beginning, I know because I was trying to find a raid. Okay. At the beginning of the game, they were just coming from Risenbull to Central after Ed got his arm destroyed and he nearly got killed by Scar. So that's why Armstrong was there.
Yeah.
After they got to Central and they were going to the Central Library, remember, it got burned down.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where it took place in the story. That's where this game took place.
So it takes place between
It
those.
took place during the train ride between Risenbull and Central, after he got his arm fixed, to finding out the library got burned down.
So that's
when this game took place. Right in that gap.
Yeah, that seems to fit.
It took place right in that little gap of time. Of about 1 to 2 days because of how long the train ride was.
So yay for game filler.
So yeah, this took place literally right between 2 plot points in the show. So that's kind of interesting, actually, if you think about it. Anyway, I'm going to end the cast here. And I will see you all next time.